Today I'm going to walk you through what and how I pack my hydration pack for my long runs. So I have my Nathan Sports VaporHowe pack right here, and that is my pack of choice. I do have the quick start, which is a lot smaller, which I use for shorter runs, but this one has become my favorite for long runs. So I've laid out a bunch of the stuff that I typically use or I put in my pack or I wear when I'm going on a long run, but I'm going to kind of work my way back, and then I will pack it all into my pack so you can see that it all fits and works, and then you can go forth and pack your own packs for your long runs. So let's start with food because it's probably my favorite thing on the table right now, and I haven't eaten breakfast yet, so I'm pretty hungry. So we've got my Honey Stinger waffles. I love these waffles. They are great as I'm walking out the door to do my warm-up walk before I do my long run. And this ginger snap flavor is so delicious. It tastes like you're eating a ginger snap, so it's perfect for the fall weather right now. I bring these goos along for during my run because they're super convenient to refuel during a run. You don't have to stop. You just tear the top off and then start squishing it into your mouth at your own speed, and they don't like leak out. So it makes it really, really easy to eat it all at once or over a mile or two, which is a really nice feature and why I've grown to love these. So I bring 2 with me on my long runs that are longer than a half marathon, so more than 13.1 miles. And my favorite flavor right now is vanilla bean, but I have been adding more flavors to it. But these are super great. I usually eat one around mile like 5 or 6, and then one around mile like 9 to 10-ish, just because that's usually when I'm starting to feel hungry and when I'm starting to lag. And eating these gives me the boost, carries me through until my next snack pick me up. And then I always bring an extra protein bar or some type of bar with me just in case all 3 of those do not fill me up and I'm still starving, because running when you're hungry is not a fun experience. Your pace usually suffers, your body is not happy, and it's not a good run. So these good to go bars are really delicious. I've had one before. It was like a cocoa chocolate one, a coconut chocolate one, and this one is a raspberry lemon, so I'm really excited to try this out on my long run on Friday. But these are kind of like a cakey bar, and it's like spongy. It's so delicious, and it feels light, but it's so filling. So if I get hungry after those and I still have quite a while to go before I can get back, then I eat another protein bar. Okay, and then along with food, I bring a flask with me that I got at REI, just because this fits in the front of my pack really, really well. And I add about 8 ounces of pre-workout to it, and then around halfway through my run, so around mile like 8 or so, I start to sip on it because, I don't know, sometimes you're just dragging. I needed it more in the summer because of the heat, but with these longer runs, like Friday's run is going to be 22 miles, I might need this around mile 10 and a half, 11. I always bring chapstick with me because my lips get chapped when I run. I don't know if anybody else experiences that, but just like in my purse, I always have chapstick. My packs always have to have. And then I have hand sanitizer, which is something that I decided to put in there during the pandemic because of touching crosswalk buttons and anything else along the way. I can just pop this on my hands, make sure that, if I'm touching my face, I don't have to worry about it. I do run with a compression sleeve, and I recently bought this new one that goes around the knee, so over top and over the bottom, and that's just really convenient for not getting super hot. The sleeve made me very, very hot, so this one has been a nice breath of fresh air. I get a nice breeze through it. I always wear my MyZones for my runs, and my MyZone is a heart rate tracker, and I feel like it's a little bit more accurate than my Fitbit, so I like to look at those stats afterwards and see where my heart rate spiked and how I can improve upon my heart rate. I I do have asthma, so I always bring my inhaler. It's always in my pack just in case I need it on high allergy days, because I do have allergy-induced asthma and exercise-induced. So on the days that I'm really suffering from allergies, which today would be one of those days if you can hear my voice, but I would take a puff of my inhaler before I go out on my run, and then if anything happened on my run, then I would take another puff. For the summer runs, this was a necessary addition. I definitely am somebody who needs to use anti-chafe cream, so I have used anti-friction and this Body Glide for Her, which is really, really great because this has moisturizer in it, and I don't know about you, but my skin gets really, really dry. So this is something that I apply before I run, and then I also keep it in my bag just in case I need to reapply. Another pandemic edition is the face mask. It's either between this type of mask or a buff that I wear around my neck, but I always like to bring one just in case I want to stop in a store, or if I have to use the bathroom or anything, then I have it and I can throw it on, take it off when I'm done, or put it around my neck if it's a buff, and then go on my way. I love my earbuds. I go between Beats wireless earbuds and these, which are just earbuds I found at Walmart. But they are great because I always have my phone with me to listen to either music, podcasts, or audiobooks. I'm really, really enjoying listening to podcasts right now and audiobooks because it just makes the time fly by if you're listening to somebody else's story or conversations. And it's just really nice when, for me, I'm on these runs for like four hours or more. So these are a necessary addition. And then, of course, I have my keys, just in case, nobody's at home when I come home. And I have these new reflective running gloves that are a great addition as the weather gets colder and for runs that might go over to dark when it's too dark, because these are really reflective and they help people in cars and just in general see me and make sure that they're not going to hit me for those darker runs. Okay, so that is pretty much all of it. Now I am going to pack it into my pack. Okay, so my water bladder is already in this pack. It is not filled up right now just because I'm not running in a long run until Friday, so I don't want to fill it up and then not use it. So I usually pack the back first. So I'll pack my gloves in the bottom because I haven't been going out in the morning. I've been going out in the afternoon. That leaves into the evening. And then these are all items that I wear, so I don't need to put them inside the pack. So we've got our gloves in. I usually put my inhaler in the back just because I haven't been using it all that much. I use it more in the summer than I do in the winter. And then there's this tiny pocket up here, and that's where I put my keys. You've got your pack with the water bladder, and then you do have a secret pack back here that has a zipper pocket, and I like to put my chafing stick back there. And my favorite part of this pack are the front pockets. So on the front, you have two pockets on each side that are substantially sized. So these two on this side, these two on this side. And then you also have a zipper pocket over here. And this is where I usually keep my ID and a lot of times my health insurance card, just in case I get injured. And then on this side, you have a smaller pocket. And I don't really make use of that a lot just because it's hard to get my fingers in. But what I do is I pick which side is going to be accessible and which isn't. So let's take my Force of Nature flask. That fits right into this front side. And then that's going to be the snack area. So the goos are going to go right up there with them. And since that's the snack side, this side will go for my phone. My phone fits perfectly in there. It's a Google Pixel 4, so it's pretty sizely. And then in front of my phone, I'll put my chapstick, my hand sanitizer, And I'll put my face mask in there, which is great because it can jump around a little bit if you don't pack it super full. So I like to add that because then there's less jostling around as I'm running and less things to distract me, because I do get distracted by some of the noises. So, and then this I will actually put in the back of my pack because it's an emergency stash of food and it doesn't actually need to be up there readily accessible, because it's only if I get really, really hungry. Okay, so we've got the pack, it clips on, and it's got a magnetic hose thing, which is really nice. So now I have everything I need. I can pull my flask out if I need it. I can pull my phone out. And I have all of the other stuff that I need, and the stuff that's in the back are things that I'm not going to access regularly. Then I'm going to grab this, and I'll be on my way. It's a really, really great pack, and I enjoy packing it this way. I do usually add tissues. I just thought of that. I didn't bring them on my last run, so they weren't readily accessible. But I do usually bring tissues just because of the change of temperature. It's nice to have one just in case your nose starts running, because if your nose starts to run around mile, I don't know, 3 and you've got 13 more miles, it's not going to be an enjoyable time. So that is how I pack my pack on the typical long run. And if you have any questions or comments about it, please put them down below this video, and remember to like and subscribe to my channel. Thanks. Have a wonderful long run.